Hey everybody, welcome back. This is BBQ Round Table. I'm your host Jason Hardy with EliteBBQ Smokers, and today we're talking about a points race. This is Georgia Barbecue Championship points race. So let's get this party started. This is going to be interesting. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Really good.
Tired. It's competition week. It's gonna be good.
Trim meat
trim
and
chicken.
fish hog today, so we're all good.
Oof.
It is all good. All right, so let's introduce some introductions up here. Chad, you're in the top left of my screen, so you start the show off with introductions.
Hey, I'm Chad Warner from Yes Dear BBQ, out of Savannah, Georgia. I'm obviously teammates with Frank. We've been cooking since about 2010, somewhere in there. 20,
Somewhere in there.
I think 2011 or 2012 was our first KCBS contest at Waynesboro, Boss Hog. And It's been downhill ever since.
I'm Frank Neagle. I'm Frank Neagle with Yes Dear BBQ, and I cook with Chad wherever he is that direction. And same story as he is, but running up and down the road, meeting people, and enjoying this barbecue thing.
Mr. Cary?
Cary Chasteen with Old Horses Barbecue out of Griffin, Georgia. Cooking started a first contest with a GBA in 2014. Transitioned over to KCBS in 17 and been hard at it the last couple of years.
Yes, sir. And we got Mr. Justin down there.
What's up, folks? Been a couple weeks, but I'm here. I'm alive.
Yeah, but I'm Jason Hardy. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Hey, do us a favor. If you're watching the show, give us a like and thumbs up and share the page. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also, you can watch all past episodes. Go on YouTube Music and go look at the BBQ Round Table. You can see all past episodes. Appreciate y'all checking that out. So kind of back up here a minute, kind of go off script what I said earlier in the show. So for a foundation aspect here, all three of y'all are chasing points for team of the year in two different teams here. Y'all trying to chase Mark over here, and we'll kind of get that in a little bit. But y'all did not start strictly in KCBS. Y'all started in other sanctioning bodies and kind of merged into KCBS over time.
Mm-hmm.
Cary was saying you started in GBA. Now, when did you do your first contest in GBA?
I did my first contest in 2014 in Griffin, Georgia. Doc Holidays in 14, and that was the only contest I cooked that year.
So you started in the GBA's Georgia Barbecue Association, correct?
Right. And then in 15, I cooked an MBN and a couple of GBAs. And 16 was GBA, FBA, and that got me liking cooking brisket, and that's what it eventually transitioned over to cooking KCBS.
Cool. So it's a pretty good story. Now, same thing with Yes Dear here. So what was the Yes Dear story with this?
Yeah, we started about 2010, right, Chad? Our first contest was actually an SCBA contest, South Carolina Barbecue Association, over in Port Royal, South Carolina, and we saw an ad or something in the paper, and it was like, come. They provided the meat, so we went and did it, and we didn't come in last place, which was pretty awesome. We brought a tent and a table and a cooker and a whole bunch of people and a bunch of cocktails with us, and we had a good time. And
we had a what was it, like 20-foot by 15-foot tent, something like that we set up.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Party.
nuts.
And we did anything but on Friday night. We cooked like a 55-gallon pot of Brunswick stew and gave it all away. It was awesome. But then they of course they come around and say, come cook the next contest. So there was another contest over in Harveyville, South Carolina, a couple of weeks. It was maybe a month or so later than just across the river from us. And we went over there and we won ribs, and it was the most expensive call we ever got in our life. And we made that comment that day. We were hooked.
Yeah, we were hooked.
So, and then we actually cooked an FBA contest. I think that was around 2012. That was the first 4-meat contest we cooked. Then that was FBA used to have some contests up in Georgia, so we cooked down in Jessup, Georgia, an FBA contest, and then I think it was 2013 we cooked our first Boss Hog contest,
Okay.
KCBS contest, something like that. So we are like 97, 98 contests in the KCBS. So we're just under 100. So next year we'll probably bump that 100 contest mark.
Very
So
cool.
It's a
been fun.
good perspective of kind of what you're saying, that you basically done contest barbecue and kind of went into KCBS, as far as KCBS has got a wider reach and different aspects to it. But we all started cooking different sanctioned bodies, and we just shared a passion for barbecue, and it kind of kept going from there. And like you, the reason we started in SCBA, we kind of went over to KCBS is more opportunities to win. At the time when we were doing it, it was strictly just pork. And then I think introduced ribs back in about 14, started doing ribs, but it was more of a teams doing it than the organization itself.
Mhm.
So it's really been cool just to see the transition. And it's not a story that is just only to y'all, it's basically everybody. A lot of people have kind of started in the Southeast and started these different other sanctioned bodies and kind of just want to cook more. So we kind of just go there and just go to do into the KCBS and still do some SCBAs, GBAs, different contests. So that's kind of the backstory about that through there. So the whole purpose of the show here is actually talking about the points race. So the points race, for y'all don't know out there, is part of the GBC, Georgia Barbecue Championship. And this is contest throughout the state of Georgia. But I'm going to let these guys kind of give you, because they're from Georgia, I'm going to let them kind of give you a little backstory of the history of the GBC. And then we're going to get into statistics, be kind of interesting. So explain some of the history to the GBC.
So, Chad, you may know, I'm not sure. I'll start. So, I believe the GBC was started around 2010 or 2011, somewhere in that era. And it was intended to be, and still is, it is the best 5-point. You collect points for the contest in Georgia that are the contests that are members that they sign up to be part of the GBC. And then you can cook as many of the contests you want. You're a member of the GBC, and they collect points, and you take your best 5 contests. So we were talking just before the show, like this year in particular, we have only cooked 5 contests. So the contest this week, our lowest scores will drop out. Hopefully, we cook better than our lower scores this week. But if we better our lower scores, we drop that. And what's really unique about that is it lets a team just like us. We've only cooked 5 contests in Georgia this year, and we've got a mathematical chance of going to the last contest this week and having a shot at winning the entire GBC, which is kind of cool. And we've got day jobs and kids and all that kind of stuff. And don't have the ability to cook 25 or 30 weekends a year to do a national type points race. So here in Georgia, we're able to do this kind of statewide points race. So that's what it was intended to be, was to let teams in Georgia and everywhere, anybody that wants to come cook, you just got to be a member. And I want to say the last 2 or 3 years, teams outside of the state of Georgia won the GBC.
Right. One of them out of Tennessee.
Yeah, and Smoke Me Silly
Smoke Me
won.
Silly from Alabama.
Yeah. So this year, mathematically, there's only 3 teams left that can win, and all 3 are Georgia teams. So we're gonna bring the GBC back to Georgia this year. So
One way or another.
One way or another. So did I kind of hit on the background there? That's
Yeah, and like big picture, it was set up to just kind of bring Georgia barbecue, as one big group of people and friends and family, and there's a charitable contribution part of it. So some of the money that we raise goes towards a charity, and it's usually a different charity every year. And it's just helping to promote barbecue in Georgia, basically. And the team of the year points chase is a big part of it.
Yeah, there's a pro points chase, there's a backyard points chase, and there's even a kids queue points chase. So There's overall winners in each one of the pro and backyard category, and then there are points are tracked for each meet for all 4 pro meets and all 3 backyard meets. So it's pretty much modeled after the KCBS scoring system minus the max contest points, bonus points. But it's a way to be able to go out and compete without, like I said, without having to cook, having to cook so many contests a year.
Well, you think back a couple of years ago, Anthony Mullins won Team of the Year in ribs with 4 contests.
That's right. Yeah, you don't.
He had 4 first place ribs.
Yeah, that's insane. So, and again, you just have to come out and put your best foot up, best bet and forward the first time, and and then you've got an opportunity. So, we've cooked almost all the contests before, and lucky to get in the top 10. I mean, just depending on the year, how things are going. So.
Last year, I think I cooked every GBC, and I only had 1 top 5 category finish, I think.
Yes, it's super competitive. It really is.
Oh, it's definitely competitive. Now, the GBC was started by some barbecue teams, barbecue fans, people like barbecue in the state of Georgia and also like to compete. And so a group came together and created this, and they kind of had a points chase inside the state of Georgia. And that's kind of what it is. And that kind of leads to the next point over here. So y'all have been cooking contests. Like I said, it's the best 5 out of how many you cook in the state of Georgia. And right now, mathematically, there's 3 teams for the pro side Team of the Year points. And that's Cary with Hold Your Horses, Frank and Chad with Yes Dear BBQ. And the person that couldn't be on the show tonight, the one that's in the points lead, is Mark Weatherell with Maya Jane BBQ. So the whole goal of the show right now,
he's the one that's he's got a target on his back.
He pushed you to go cook lines and took over the lead and Team of the Year. I mean, we try 4th in Team of the Year.
Yeah,
he's definitely done it.
So Mark went out. We went out. Well, you went out. You're at the Royal too, right, Cary? You went to American Royal. So we all went out to the American Royal, and then the next week was Puseycue and Lions, and it's a lot closer to us to go to Lions. And Mark was the same way. He was signed up for Puseycue, and
him and Wade signed up for Puseycue and pulled out.
And Kent went to Lions, and which is a cool little contest over in Lyons, Georgia, and Mark ended up taking the lead after that contest.
But who won that contest?
Chad did, whichever way he is. We did. We got that. That contest has been a contest that we've cooked almost every year that we've cooked. KCBS. I think it's been 1 or 2 years that we haven't gone, and we were fortunate enough to win. And that's one of the contests that was kind of always on my bucket list of wanting to win because they're just good folks there. Yeah, it's close to us. It's always the entire community comes out to the contest.
Puseycue as quick as I can get down there.
Yeah. So we're over here in Savannah. So if we go,
that
way, we go 10 miles that way, we're at an ocean. So we're really kind of landlocked. We can only go one direction. So we don't have the ability to travel in all different directions.
Chris, we miss you out there, by the way. Chris and Palmetto. Palmetto Pitmasters.
Hey, Waffle House. You see the Waffle House there? So that story for Waffle House is when we were at the American Royal, somebody was at the casino and missed a trip to Waffle House, and he's still bitter about it. So
That's your wife? Wasn't she upset about not going to the casino?
She was upset about not going to the casino. Joseph was upset about going down to Waffle House. My whole trailer was upset at me. I don't know what was going on. I couldn't do nothing right.
Lord have mercy. All right, so
we had a great time out there.
Yes, I do need to run a trailer tank.
All right, so if y'all don't know this story right here, and I've got to tell the story. It's not going to make sense to everybody right here. So everybody knows that I've had a trailers. My old camper here we had some problems. Found out it was an issue with the chassis, so they totaled the trailer. And so I was looking for a trailer, and I ended up buying Joseph's kind of old trailer that he was kind of give up on, kind of a thing, just kind of buying a trailer from him, making that really sound bad as it is. Nice trailer.
Give up on.
So I bought the trailer from him, went there and picked it up, brought it back, and got it. It's a nice trailer, working on it and everything else. And Joseph kind of left the tag on it, and I haven't gotten it registered yet, so the tag's still on it. And so I started competing some barbecue contests in different parts of the country, and Joseph got some tickets in the mail for me to run and go through toll roads.
Oh,
So,
North Carolina.
so Joseph got a ticket
$17.20.
$20.
that's funny.
For his trailer in North Carolina. He's sitting trying to rack his brain of where it's at, and he kind of find he's like, "Don't sell Hardy a trailer without taking tag off of it." But here's the kicker to this: we now have a trailer tag for rent. I will rent that trailer tag out for anybody that needs it.
He's got a $17.20 debt to pay off, so he's got to rent the tag out.
No. I did tell Joseph, I said, pay. He said, "No, sir, you ain't paying me. This is the best $17.20 I brought ever in." He sent me that text, man. I was pure tea laughing, crying. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, when I got going, I just died laughing.
So that's the story with that. So if y'all see the trailer with me pulling it with a Georgia tag on it, take a picture of it and post it on there. Where is Pushio's old trailer at today?
Hashtag Smoke Show Mafia.
Yeah, hashtag Smoke Show Mafia. That's the backstory with that. Anyhow, listen, I'll say this here. Everybody in barbecue is great friends. I mean, I've talked to guys today that I haven't talked to in a little while, just kind of running my mouth with and stuff here. It's a heck of a family. If you're not in competition barbecue just for the friendships or come out there and be part of it, just come out there and hang out with stuff here, you're truly missing the boat, because it's amazing people you'll meet from all over the country. And the Georgia crowd that we hang out with a lot, it's the same people a lot of times. It's truly something special. So I'm going to tell everybody this. If you're not in competition barbecue, just go out there and do one or two a year. Just have a good time with it. Enjoy it for the hobby it is. Go out there and be a judge. Be a volunteer. Just find out a team, because, I mean, most teams love to have somebody at least help them wash dishes. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing group of people to be part of it. And this is a funny story that we've had a good time, and it's amazing. Yeah, Daryl, man, I'd love for you to take it to Louisiana. That'll be awesome to take it to Louisiana.
Is there they got a lot of
toll roads on the way.
I'm sending that thing to somebody up there in New York so they can drive around New York for a week.
Oh, there's tolls right there. Or Texas, they got expensive tolls out there.
Yeah. So anyhow, so kind of getting now to the points chase situation. So y'all were talking about a little bit. So Mark Weatherell with Maya Jane BBQ, he's not on the show tonight. He had something else he had to do, so he had priorities over the show. So what y'all need to do to beat him? Because we got to beat him now.
Well, Cary's in second place.
Yeah. Cary's in second. We're in third.
So the way that the
Cook in a really tough field, Mark needs to finish somewhere below 6, and I think I need to pull a second or third, maybe a fourth will do it, because I'm dropping let's see, an 11th. So that was 95 points. So
I think we're in the range, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think we're in the range that if Mark or Cary doesn't advance what they've currently got, we've got to get like 6th or better to leapfrog them.
Yeah, you're 30 points behind me.
Yeah, and we've basically got 225 points we can make up because of the drop score, the lowest drop score we've got on the table. So total, that was if we were to win the contest. But incrementally, it's not. We don't have that much. But if we were to go out and win, we win either way. That we've passed both teams. But it is going to be a heck of a field. What's that?
If I get a reserve, it's not over because that's
I think
25 difference, and you can't make up 35.
No, I can make. I've got 225 points to make up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
So
if we
this
go,
is
if we
max
go,
point.
if we go win, it's the max points that I can gain is 225 points.
Right.
And I say, I'm talking about Chad too. Whatever side he's on. I can't point to that. So
And that's because we have 25 points. It's
yeah.
to
So
lose,
we
basically.
yeah. So
So we just have to do better than.
Yeah, we've our lowest score contest was over at Sip and Swine, and we only got 25 points for that contest. So that's our lowest drop score. So it gives us a little bit of a range, but man, the field that's going to be over at Atlanta Barbecue Store Classic and coming is phenomenal. So anybody that goes over there and gets in the
Does
top
anything.
5 over
Yeah.
there, it's going to be a heck of a cook for them. So
Yep.
So how does y'all's math play out by this being a max point contest? Because there's
So-
19 teams out here for whatever.
it doesn't. So the GBC does not take that into consideration. It's the so it doesn't the max points aren't.
And bonus points.
Yeah, there's no bonus points.
Like
So if
yeah.
so you get 200 to win the contest. You get 250 points, and it's 225 and 200, and then it starts. It's 5-point increments to a certain point, and then it's like 4-point and 3-point, just like KCBS is without the bonus
Okay.
points.
Cool.
But it's
So
gonna be
Mark,
fun.
if you're listening to the show, man, they're coming for you, man.
Oh, you notice we didn't even give us Mark stats, right?
Yeah. He's just. What's his lowest score? Did you say, Cary? Like a ninth, a sixth?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean,
sixth.
he's got a lot to, or not a lot to lose, basically.
No.
Yeah. So, but Mark is actually, Cary, correct me because I don't have it in front of me. Mark is actually leading chicken and pork, right? As
Yeah.
the two categories. Yeah. So he's had one heck of a year cooking.
Yeah, he's past lines.
Yeah.
But
Even
pork
though he
and-
couldn't be.
And Waylon has got brisket wrapped up. I mean, nobody's gonna touch him with brisket, right?
Oh yeah, no, he's.
And Jason Singletary's got ribs wrapped up.
Yeah. So kind of the ones up for grab right now, mathematically, is going to be chicken, pork, and overall, and that. And
Jason Singletary has ribs locked.
and the backyard side of it, who's in the points chase to the backyard? Who's the lead team for that?
Fake Princess, I think.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look. I got it pulled up right here. We got
Miss
yeah,
Riley?
Steak Princess Barbecue.
Raleigh, yeah.
Riley
Who
is
she
just
leading?
first with 550. Yep. And then we got the Pit Vipers at 450. Dog Patch Q at 375.
So she's got a big lead.
Yeah, so she's got a pretty good a good lead.
I'm pretty sure she's got the pork wrapped up in the categories, but I don't know about the chicken and ribs. I looked at it a while back.
Put numbers in the backyard.
That's pretty cool. So I mean, now if y'all don't know who State Princess Riley is, how old is she? She's in high school.
17.
17.
Yep, almost 18.
So this young lady here that's 17, almost 18 years old, is cooking barbecue. Got her own line of rubs, own lines of stuff out there. Absolutely just coming out the gate swinging, and is a heck of a cook. And it's pretty amazing for that.
She won first place brisket out there at the high school national contest
Yeah.
they had that Melissa Cookston put on a couple of weeks ago, which is awesome. Considering they cook mostly pork ribs and chicken right now with the backyard stuff she's been cooking.
She's the youngest perfect SCA score winner. Also,
Wow.
So, and this is her first year doing the GBC, the full GBC as a backyard team. And let me tell you what, she doesn't let her mom and dad in there in the trailer while she's cooking, and her dad will stand outside and shake his head, and it's awesome. She takes control, and
And she's had desserts too.
She does dessert, she said?
Yes, she is
all kinds of ancillary stuff.
Oh yeah, she's queen of the ancillaries for sure. It's always great seeing, because her dad competes SCA too, and he's pretty good. And they tit for tat, man, the whole time. And it's almost inevitable that one of them will be the place above the other one. So, she'll get 5th place, and then the next call, 4th place is her dad, and then vice versa the next stake. It's pretty funny. Great family,
Pretty
though.
cool.
But
She's an awesome young lady.
She
Whole family is.
during COVID, she worked on her rubs while they were out of school. She'd do her schoolwork, and then she would work on her rubs, and that's when she developed the 2 base rubs they've got, and then she's come out since then with 2 more rubs. But
Fiesta rub and
The
Cajun, yeah.
Yep.
Cajun.
So we run them on our stuff. So we blend them with Heath stuff, and it's a
Same
good
thing
combo. It's a good
Secrets
combo.
of the day, boys and girls.
Yep.
Secrets of the day.
So,
9 o'clock flavor profile.
yeah.
So how many contests y'all done in GBC this year? So how
We've
many?
done.
We've
Gary, how
done
many have you done?
5.
How many?
5.
5. I've done 5. We've done 5 as well. We cooked Sippin' Swine. Where's the next one we cooked? It was Waycross,
Baxley, Lions.
One more, Chad.
Kennesaw.
Lines.
Kennesaw.
Kennesaw.
Yeah. So we've got I don't remember what Sippin' Swine was. It was a lower than 25th place at Kennesaw, and then it was like 9th or 10th at Waycross. Kennesaw was 3rd.
4.
Kennesaw was 3rd. We got 1st at Lions and 1st at Baxley. So
That's pretty cool. That's awesome just to be able to do that. And
so we I was gonna say, so we actually won the GBC Team of the Year in 2017, and that year we cooked it was like 12 contests or something.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing that you can it doesn't take you as many if you can kind of get on a little bit of a roll and cook decent, you don't necessarily have to cook a bunch of contests to be able to compete. So.
And
And that one came
year's
down to the wire too. That the 2017 Team of the Year. That was
As a
we
matter
won
of
that
fact, Cary, we came into that contest in 3rd place, coming to the last contest of the year. It worked out for us.
all right, talk
Trying to talk smack here. I'm trying to talk smack.
There you go. That's the way it works. That's the
We
way it
leapfrogged
works.
second and one. No, it was that. And it was interesting that year.
A big deal.
What's that?
After my disappointing last week, this is not a big deal.
Oh, you had a great cook last week. So.
I did.
You need that cook next week or this week. Keep that one in your back pocket. So, what was interesting about that contest in 2017 was it was when the KCBS Team of the Year went all the way through the end of the year, and it was in Calhoun, Georgia, at the campgrounds over there back when they used to have that contest, and there were 5 or 6 teams from all over the country trying to chase category points at this contest that we were going to try to win the GBC Team of the Year. And I mean, we didn't even know half these folks, and we went there and were fortunate enough to.
That's the way Christmas in Demopolis used to be in December.
Yeah.
All the
It was
points.
just- It was just heavy hitters. Well, I mean, Jarvis has routed up all the heavy hitters and brought them to coming in November on the beginning of the KCBS year, just for us to.
So
there's
that's a good point, kind of to back up and kind of address. So KCBS, Kansas City Barbecue Society, their year ends on October 31st. Okay, but
Correct.
the GBC ends December the 31st.
Correct.
right.
That's the way it works. Personally, let me change that. I was talking to somebody today here because usually the weather in the southeast kind of starts getting this time of year. It's actually very comfortable to be outside, and it's enjoyable to cook these contests in different parts of the areas.
It's great weather.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's great cook weather. And with KCBS, the cooking back in October, a lot of the contests in Southeast is really, truly getting hurt by that. I mean, it's really, truly been, it ain't their fault. It's just the way it is. But people burn out cooking and stuff, chasing points. And so one of the things that the GBC goes to the end of the year and is able for contests to continue having a points chase throughout the entire year and have contests in November and early December. I really don't think no barbecue contest really probably past the first week of December. That Demopolis is the last one.
Yeah, Demopolis is the last one.
That's what that Calhoun was that week too. Maybe it was the second week of December. Back when they don't have the contest anymore, so it was in December.
It's always the same weekend as the SEC championship because they moved turn-in times up to 11 o'clock so they could be done to watch Alabama in the SEC championship.
Does Alabama have a football team? Is that what you're saying?
You definitely trying to dig a moat now. I mean,
You're gonna have some Alabama teams this
it's
weekend
okay.
sabotaging you.
It's okay. It won't be any different than anybody else.
But that's kind of been a really good benefit for the GBC for the points case goes to the end of December, and that's allowed contests to still be able to start teams to keep cooking up and through November and December. So I mean, I personally don't like what KCBS done with that, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole other day. And I really appreciate what the GBC has done for points chase throughout the entire year.
See, already getting yourself in trouble.
You are coming to Georgia.
So yeah, it's a pretty heavy loaded field come down this weekend though in Georgia.
Yeah,
Monster.
Triple H, just to name a few.
Rooters and Tutors, Jason Singletary, Cary Chasteen. I mean, come on. Mark Weatherell is going to be there too. I give him a hard time when he's not here.
He's not here to defend himself.
So everybody, you need to go by Mark on when you see him down there at the contest and be, man, I cannot believe you didn't show up on the show the other night. Them boys giving you a hard time and you weren't able to be there. So make sure you go by and tell him that.
The barbecue bus gonna be there this weekend.
It's gonna be a loaded field down there.
Yeah, he sent me a picture of his brisket today. I told him I was having to cook what was left in my freezer.
He sent me that same picture. I said, man.
I pulled 2 out of the freezer, and whichever one I don't cook is what we're having for Thanksgiving next week.
Sweet.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, I got one I put out the freezer, and it is what it is now. See what happens with it. It's a good brisket. Let's see what happens. All right, so y'all got the points chase here. Y'all going for the points chase in there. What Cary was saying, he needs to be in RGC or GC and to be able to gain some points on there, correct?
I think a third place would, if Mark finishes below 6, I think that a third place would give me enough. But that's what it's going to be.
And yes, over there.
The only thing that I know for sure is if we were to win. So outside of that, it's going to be somebody with an Excel spreadsheet. If all of us come in, if all of us, gain some points, which means we all got to be basically in the top 6. It's going to take an Excel spreadsheet to figure out who's going to win. So,
Push you on right there with you.
And the cool part is they're gonna do the calculations at the contest, and we're gonna know. They're gonna announce.
They actually do have an Excel spreadsheet.
The GBC sent them an Excel spreadsheet with the teams on there, and the reps are going to do the calculations for us and go ahead and present a banner for the pro team and backyard team of the year,
which has never been done before.
Never been done before.
Nope.
So
we'll be able to kind of crown the champion there at the contest and tell them who won the GBC, which is going to be pretty awesome to be able to be there and be at the stage and be presented at, because that's never happened before. They've done it at the banquets and different stuff, but they've never done it at a contest at the end of the year and say, hey, here, you're the champion. They're not doing it for all the categories. They're just doing it for the overall.
Just the overall.
Correct.
Just the overall. And that's one of back in 2017 when we won, really it was us and the 2 other teams and about 3 or 4 other people that even realized. Again, like we said, folks were there chasing for the overall KCBS category points. So they weren't even familiar with the GBC. So they didn't even realize that there was a points chase going on. And we basically had to go win the contest to win the GBC. And we won the contest. And other than about 6 or 8 people, nobody realized that we'd all been cooking together all year for that one goal. And so I think it's pretty cool that Brian and Ellen are willing to let along with their contest that they're putting on for their charity and all that fun stuff, they're willing to support the GBC and allow the GBC to announce the winner on the stage. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great contest. They got a charity. They're doing People's Choice out there. They still have some other stuff going on for the public to come out and be involved in it. So, I mean, if you're not even cooking at the contest, come out there and hang out for the ABS Classic of Yarn. You'll be seeing a lot of teams there, a lot of people you can talk to, and also have a really good time with barbecue just in general.
Yeah, they're going to have vendors and
lots of food trucks. So ought to be some stuff there.
So, I mean, I think the weather's looking nice, too.
I think it's a couple things that they're going to be doing, which is pretty cool, is they're going to do a 50-50 draw, and 50% goes to whoever wins it, 50% goes to the charity. That's pretty cool. And then Joseph Puccio is going to be doing a raffle and give away RecTech Bullseye, and part of that money is going to be given back to the charity as well, which is pretty awesome. So it's just barbecue family at its best, getting together. So
what if we should do a 50-50 raffle off for a license plate?
Yes. So how's it work? 50% goes to Jason, and the 50% goes to whoever wins.
minus the 1720.
No. That's a whole different conversation.
Richard, so he just said something about the potluck on Friday night. So they're doing a big potluck on Friday night, and Joseph's cooking the famous pasta lara that he cooked out at the American Roll. So if you were out there and got some, it's good. So come and get you some on Friday night.
Yeah, y'all come out and hang out. There'll be plenty of food. Come see us. Again, I say this all the time. You come to a barbecue competition, go up to the teams and say, hey, as long as you're not in the middle of what they're doing, that they're very busy, they'll talk to you. And if you're a new team coming out there and you're cooking a contest, we encourage you to do that. Come over there and talk to the guys. Talk to your neighbors, because they'll give you more information than you'll ever dream of having, because we want you to cook good barbecue. We've said this in the show many, many times. I want you out there to compete in barbecue. I want you turning good food. I need you cooking good food. That way we can be competitive, but we'll always be fair. That's what we ask for all the time. Rick bring in some homemade mac and cheese, and we had a great time out and everything. We're having a good time with everything. So Brian them's doing the contest out here. They're gonna have the points chase out here. And one thing I will say this, Darren Worth said this at American Royal, and it's kind of like everybody kind of keeping back in the mind when you're doing contests. When you go up there and somebody wins the contest, go shake their hand. If they win Team of the Year, go shake their hand. Because it might be their first one or it might be their 100th. It doesn't matter. Go up there and take a minute and say, hey, congratulations. Because we all do this. We all enjoy doing this, and you want to be congratulated when you win. So make sure you take the time to do that with somebody else. That's very important.
Good point.
All right, what is he talking about? We're passing $100 bills out. Potluck. Lord have mercy.
I'm gonna have to borrow $100, Puccio.
Yeah.
Hey, what? Passing out $100 bills. He must have missed spell check that or something.
Collecting donations, $100 bills. All right. So last question out here. What y'all cooking for Thanksgiving? What you smoking for Thanksgiving?
I'm probably not smoking anything. We're going up to the beach, and so I probably won't have a smoker with me. So
Bring
going
that
up to Myrtle
bullseye
Beach
with you.
with the family, and I may go grab my sister's bullseye off her deck over there. We cooked on it over there some, but we're have the family coming down from Virginia and family in South Carolina, and we're going up and just gonna do a whole bunch of cooking, but it may not be on the smoker. We may not have one with us, so just go spend time.
You're not getting a Hurricanado smoker from
a
Singapore?
Hurricanado.
Hurricanado.
We're gonna do 45-minute baby back ribs and a Hurricanado. That's only if Jason Singletary shows up with some Natty Bird.
He's right around the corner,
Oh,
right?
Lord.
He's right around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm doing a rib roast, meatloaf.
The only person I know that can show up at a contest at 5 o'clock and win a 1 meat rib turning in at 7.
Oh yeah, that's him.
Yeah, speaking of
He said-
1 hour
he
baby
said-
backs.
He said, I might have taken that one a little too far. And he wins.
On everything borrowed.
Mhm.
Yep. Got some paper towels, some sauce, some rub.
So, Cary, what you cooking for Thanksgiving?
Brisket that I know of, whichever one I don't cook this weekend will be cooked next week. Mom's going to North Carolina, so she won't be down, so I'm just cooking for Melissa's family.
That's awesome. How about you, Chad?
So we usually go over to a friend's house and they do the turkey. So I end up doing a smoked. I usually do like a smoked pork loin.
So the ironic thing is we go anywhere to any restaurant and Chad always orders turkey. So what does he not cook on Thanksgiving? A turkey.
Don't worry, I got a backup turkey that I'm going to smoke next weekend.
Are you serious?
Speaking
You're
of
not
which, we
cooking a
dropped
turkey?
a video last week for a smoked turkey on Gateway Drum. It's pretty cool. We got another one posting up here Friday too, so check it out. Justin, what you say you smoking?
Rib roast, a meatloaf, and I also have a pork loin, one of those ones from Bucky's that's stuffed with something. So I'm gonna thaw that out and throw that into. And I got to do a couple turkeys for the neighbors.
Man, you'll be cooking.
Trailer's just right outside my office, so Wednesday I'll be working and walking out many times.
That's awesome. Well, you listen, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming on the show tonight. We had a good show here. The point chase is going to be interesting. If y'all down there this weekend down there in the ABS Classic, come by and say hey to the guys. Give Mark the devil for not showing up not being able to come to the show here. I know he had prior commitments and everything.
Mark who?
Mark who? Yeah.
Mark who?
But I mean, to go to these guys and tell them congratulations because they've been cooking all year long. Everybody has, and absolutely is impressive what they've done this year. And Jordan's gonna be out there, and you can go by and let him know, man. I'm glad he's starting off the year early in the points chase for next year. He made a post.
Getting a head start.
Yeah, you're getting a head start out there.
Who?
Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Janky Legs gonna be out there. Go ahead and tell him, say, man, I see you already starting next year. But
That's a grind, man.
2 contests behind.
Yeah, true that.
yeah, so it's all fun. But we appreciate y'all coming on the show tonight. Again, I appreciate y'all watching the show. Like, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, make sure you subscribe, share it. Check out the other videos we got for different things we cook on at the house, and let us know what you want to cook on a new video. But again, appreciate you watching this. Go on to YouTube Music and look at the barbecue round table. You can see all past episodes. See y'all next time. Appreciate it.
See ya.
Good night.
All right.